business was founded in 1949. It was founded by my grandfather, Marion and Caleb Dean. The M and the C are Marion and Caleb. And he had gotten out of the Navy. He'd been in the Navy in World War II. And we got out of the Navy. He went into the shipyards down in Newport News. And he got out of there, came up to Falls Church, and became an electrical specialty contractor. And it was pretty much ran as an electrical specialty contractor, but a very good one, and a really, really solid one in Virginia. For most of the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and most of the 80s, and then the 90s started transitioning. My father was an electrical engineer, and he became CEO in the early 70s. And I think in the early 70s, I can't remember, but somewhere around there. And then I became the CEO in 1997. And in the 90s, we really started transitioning into, first we adopted the new tagline, Building Intelligence, and we adopted the sine wave logo back in the early 90s or mid 90s, I believe. In order to build this business, back in the early days, Virginia was actually still the South, and the South was not quite as advanced as other places, and so you had to build a lot of the infrastructure too. So you worked with a lot of the vocational programs in the schools, and did a lot of building kind of the technical infrastructure, developed people here in Northern Virginia. And it sounds hard to believe, but there was a time when Northern Virginia was a lot different than Baltimore and Washington, D.C. So, so I grew up around that. I grew up around that and understood, the nature of specialty construction, especially the technical end of it, and around drawings and blueprints and electricity and those kinds of things. Then I'm an electrical engineer. I went to North Carolina State, and I specialized after college in wireless technology. And when I went into wireless technology, when I left, I worked in Raleigh and Research Triangle Park in the wireless technology business. I came back to Washington and worked with my father, but created, as he said to me, he said, we don't need another, one of me. We need to do something different. And so I created the technology division, and pretty much from the success of that division was able to lead in some respects to a management buyout of the rest of the organization, and become the CEO at the same time.